You obviously, and the internet in so now watching internet is so dear. The Bia Befebia, Asante, Ghana Police, Asante, Ghana Police, Asante, Ghana Police, yes. And we're trending now. Yes, Asante deserves to be trending. Yeah, because of what she said, you are a copy of preparation. Me say, me who be that. Asante him kwa pressure. Any team of police niba e collapse. In any bonny coin, so name pressure no demi. Na da me nchen a wo hwe no. Na pressure no odin ma they can't contain the heat. It is heavy. Ono so nipa. Wom say wo so man de na so nipa. Nyeni nya na obetimi na ho odin betimi. Ti pressure ne bro ne so. Yesre nananom no twedi ampon. Say ommo ne ho ban. Efa ne ema na ho odin no samra me ne dwuma say de wen pepepe. Na ye heat ene ma ne basa. Na ye twasem ne so obusua wonim say police ye wo hoyi. Police yanka say police ye wo hoyi in general. Police ya ye kan wasem no. Wonim say nneoma mo ekwa mo fa so papa ewom ni ade nyina no omusua fura Asante wo omusua IGP dia tuga ba bia omo sha ase fa eyini friye say de omo hye police system no say de nananom ahye Asanteme ahye won police system no ukomenhia Asante police ni ade ne say de no ahemfie police no saa de no omo hwe so ene oman anya so mfa so ye kan na manfo ntiase ye de history ni ba ni nchechiri mu na manfo ntiase ni police at omanum tu ye ba sansem so na yewura ekodu wono no so de nsem kakra ye de etuga sanse police ebeto no nanu modwuma nti ono ba ye behwe kwan a obefa so aboa ama police e wo man etimi agina brane na ye nti asema yewura kan nti ma so ya.
I've already mentioned the Ghana Police Service is one of the legacies of our past colonial past. But long before the first police uniform was sewn, communities had learned how to live together. Before courts were built, disputes were settled. Before statutes were written, wrong was already understood. Custom was the first law. Culture was the first constitution. It taught restraint before punishment, responsibility before rights, and harmony before victory. It reminded people that their actions did not end with themselves, that every deed echoed through family, lineage, and memory. In those days, a child feared disappointing an elder more than facing authority. A man thought twice before wrongdoing, not because of arrest, but because shame will outlive him. Conduct was shaped long before crime could take root. That is the quiet power of culture. When culture is strong, crime struggles to breathe. When culture collapses, law enforcement is forced to compensate. No number of officers, no matter how disciplined, no matter how well equipped, can replace a society that has lost its moral compass. Law enforcement functions best where people already believe that order is worth protecting. This is why we have been pleased to join hands with Dr. Tayuno, the Inspector General of Police, to initiate this conversation. It has been most useful at this point in time to engage with an IGP steeped in history and culture and able to appreciate the essential interplay between the two. He is aware of the extent to which the colonial authorities relied on traditional authorities for the maintenance of law and order. Indeed, you know that the British were content to make domestic law and order a joint function between law enforcement and traditional rulers. When the Asante nation became part of the new nation state of the Gold Coast, the ASANTEHENE was allowed to keep and maintain his own police. Ahemfie police had all the authority of the colonial police well into the onset of independence. Along the original Gold Coast colony, one of the most eminent chiefs was Nene Azuma Tekole, the corner of Menyakrobo, who in his life played a key role in the preservation of law and order. It is no wonder that Kroboland gave us the first Ghanaian head of the police, the eminent Teria Majite, who was to go on to serve as leader of opposition in parliament. And it is no surprise that the seed of the past continues to flower in our incumbent IGP. The lessons of history suggest that we can build a safer, more peaceful society by conscious effort to bring the guardians of culture and the protectors of law ever closer together to create an interlocking mechanism based on the cardinal principle that culture cannot do without the police and the police cannot succeed without culture. Culture without law becomes nostalgia, beautiful stories with no teeth. Law without culture becomes false, effective but brittle. One shapes the heart, the other restrains the hand. A society that restrains only the hand while neglecting the heart merely postpones disorder. As the king and embodiment of one of Africa's great enduring cultures, I've seen culture at its finest, and I have also seen it at its worst. I've opened up the deliberations of ASANTEHENE and our traditional councils to the global media so the world can see how genuine customs resolves disputes peacefully, preserving relationships and dignity. I've also seen how distorted tradition may be used to justify violence and impunity. What we have seen and done reinforces my belief that when authority, traditional or otherwise, employs disorder as a tool, it has abandoned legitimacy. Custom was never designed to protect criminals. It was designed to prevent crime. Every culture in Ghana provides a formula for resolving disputes, and it is only when our fidelity to cultural values fail that disorder takes over. True tradition aligns with justice. It does not compete with it. This is why the role of the Ghana Police Service is indispensable. I recall that Christian only recently assumed the position of Inspector General of Police under a cloud at a time when public expectations of the police were high and patience was thin.
Yes, when uko tiba you know. You are the same bratu ga o magia tum. And you are so you say you are kase wi dia onye from soda. O say kunkun no o kasai. Se se o hwa ho ho ne a o kekane ade. Me say owie na IGP so beto no mtu se no kra Ghana police no. Se nya asante a nka ye nya Ghana police. IGP say no cheze mu yinjira.
Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering invites us to revisit history. Long before the advent of modern European-style policing, African societies, particularly the Asante Kingdom, had well-established systems of law, order, and justice. The Ahifie policing system, administered through the Ashanti courts, was one of the earliest forms of organized policing in this land. These traditional mechanisms ensure social order, dispute resolution, and community safety through customs deeply understood and respected by the people. Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering invites us to revisit history. Long before the advent of modern European-style policing, African societies, particularly the Asante Kingdom, had well-established systems of law, order, and justice. The Ahifie policing system, administered through the Ashanti courts, was one of the earliest forms of organized policing in this land. These traditional mechanisms ensure social order, dispute resolution, and community safety through customs deeply understood and respected by the people.
Yes, we are kase Asante o man nye bosimuka ene kase hunu bi kekede bi ye no kre ene mesi. Esansa IGP agiatum Ghana police ya we say wo ba ye wo hwe the system Asante police ni ade se mo faso ye mo nyoma eno mo kopie ye ni abedru baby a edwi na amafo bebre mpanimfo ma besum Ghana police anase Ghana mine police fo mpanimfo omo to manum to do manu di sem tuga DSP kofi sapon tuni say no kan yin tinwa
yendi so na ya hokwakwa a me ankasa de bani ate se metin komune mahu da ate se wo tufo 77 asori fi na dwam atutu anamon aba police headquarters na kwa be se yin kwa ne se nananom eka ho ebe buwa police na omaye bambo SCP STA. Na idea I was saying the radius say what me would na young question na yen da two for so as papa. Hello two for buy no never ba ku no me say do.
Yes, said the Muchimuno. History has been made. Yes, I want to make history. As I be see that, oh, police, you say you are the one and yet to man over the pim, a woman. Na ewie so ye hu say ya nkasa ya de nyina kofi buache so bai e ba so betia e ma ne yefe en da me nchen a wo hwe na be nyina kire ade ne ye wura ni munyam ekuta ye wura de biara meka president ajatum say ye wura onye just asantehene o ye national asset I was here born ho ban. This is what we mean. This is the reason here you can say sa asantehene mu a Ghana enyi. This is the reason nti ani kasa ne sanse ade bia from parliament everything is copied from the system of Asante. This is one of them. Obusua if you now so share what our comment section and then of course who ne say ni bisa who ne say e kasa Asante yo manya na we na ye patch sabe babe ene na ho sisi ni a ofama Ghana police headquarters na nya asem ketwa kra na omoboji ura so just say it was beautiful and this is what we've been saying say because of the level as something na ma o man ni munyama kodru no we should put him in the constitution so a national asset. We should confirm in the constitution say we untouchable national asset ukasetiana wasubiti mienshipa. This is one of them. Obusua enen de dika na so subscribe na share say that we have drop video bia usabiti miakini. Me da so hwe makra.
Good morning, Your Royal Majesty. Guard of honor formed up, made up of one other officer, 96 rank and file, with the police ceremonial band in attendance, ready for inspection. Assistant Superintendent of Police, Kafui Ajiman, reporting Your Royal Majesty.
Guard Commander has invited the Royal Majesty to inspect the guard mounted to pay the appropriate courtesy We are reminded that this ceremony is being broadcast live on GH Police TV, on DSTV channel 362, and we are also live on all terrestrial channels. We're live on Facebook, we are live on Instagram, and we are also live on X. Royal Majesty is inspecting the all-female guard mounted to pay the appropriate courtesy for his historic visit to the National Police Headquarters. The guard commander is Assistant Superintendent of Police Kafui Ajiman. She is ably supported by Assistant Superintendent of Police Joyce Ofori